So I was just doing a tech support project with a couple of people, and we were doing this thing where we needed to check out some data from an old project. So let's like explore how to load an old project. I don't know that I have a ton of super old projects, but at least we can use some of these examples here. So let's try like an urban project example right here. And this did definitely start as an old project, but let's take a look at some of these files, okay? So if you want to try to load this in QGIS, you don't need CAD points, you don't need neighbors, and you don't need FPlane, because QGIS will read topo.dat and mannings.dat. So you don't need those files. arf.dat, if you want to read arf.dat, you need this S line, and T lines are just totally blocked. And you need 8, once you're down here on your spatially variable, you need 8 WRF lines. So if you don't have 8 WRF lines, your project is too old, you need tech support. But if you have 8, this project will load, okay? Now let's go to the next one. The next one is let's skip channel. Cont.dat, what's not going to load in QGIS? I would suggest to you, if you don't have 9 numbers on this line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, sorry, 7 numbers. If you don't have 7 numbers on this line, QGIS won't load. Okay? Because that means it's a project that's older than 2009 or 2007, and you need tech support. Now, what about highstruct.dat? I don't think you're going to find a highstruct.dat. You'd have to go pretty far back in time to find a highstruct.dat that isn't compatible with QGIS, so that one's usually not concerned. Inflow.dat, again, you'd have to have a really old project if it didn't load in QGIS. So inflow.dat, it'll load all the way back to like 2007. Okay, levy.dat. Levy.dat hasn't changed much. So as long as you have 2 lines here, your LD lines should be the same, dating back years and years, so they don't really have any problems. If you have F lines or FW lines down here, that means you have levy failure data. They should still load. You shouldn't have any issues getting those to load. Outflow.dat, I don't see any reason outflow.dat won't load unless the file looks totally weird. But outflow.dat dates back to like 2007, would load in QGIS. arf.dat would be back to 2000 and be back to like early pro. I think we started putting 8 WRFs in arf.dat in 2009 or 2010 is where we started putting those in. Rain.dat is a really old file, so it should be fine dating way back in time. Taller.dat, not so lucky. Okay, if you want to load a project in taller.dat, you're going to need a T-line even if your project doesn't have one. So if you don't see a T-line, get tech support. You don't need this wavemax anymore. That was a placeholder variable for years. We don't use that anymore. So you can load a project without that wavemax variable. Your T-line, if your T-line says 1, you might need some tech support. If your T-line says anything other than 0.1, you might need some tech support. But okay, I'm just going to save that because all I did was change it. And then topo.dat and mannings.dat. If you don't have a topo and mannings.dat, you need tech support. Or FPlane and CAD points.dat. We're not going to mess with those. Okay, but topo and mannings are pretty simple. This is just XYZ of the centroid of each grid element. And mannings is just grid element number and mannings n. All right, so to load a project, you kind of need to know your coordinate system. So that's kind of the problem with trying to load a project. So if you're lucky, you might have a shapefile from your project. You might have like a shapefile that was used to create your project example, or an aerial image or something like that, and you want to load that first. I'm going to guess that this project was done this is a project in California. I know it's like zone 5. So let's just look California projected, and I think we're looking for this one here, and I think we're looking for zone 5 US feet, but that looks weird. So let's see if there's a better one. Okay, that's 83. And we'll just let's try this one. Let's try California State Plane Zone 5. Click OK. And then we create a geopackage. And let's put our geopackage inside our data. See, let's see, that's, I think that was example projects, examples, urban, and let's just call this urban. And then I think we want this one from California. I'm not 100% on the UTM. Okay. And then we'll click, I'm going to close that. And now we need to load the data. So if I click import, I can see I'm already here. I can click import cont.dat. And this is what it's going to import. And I'll click OK. And then it's going to start importing data. And I'm going to pause the video because that is a bit time. Oh, that didn't take any time at all. And I don't need these, so I'm going to click no here and click OK here. That loaded really fast. It's a smaller project than I anticipated. Okay, next is check to see that it's on the right coordinate system by loading your satellite image. Perfect. We got lucky. We got lucky there. If it's not the right coordinate system, you're in big trouble because you got to try every single coordinate system until you find the right one. Okay, next step is to convert the user layer. We imported all of that data into the schema layers. Now we need to convert that to these layers. Now, if you're using an older version of 115, well, let's see. We want the comp domain, boundary conditions. Don't do this one, and don't do this one. If you have, yes, do floodplain cross sections. Yes, do storm drain. And then if you're using the latest version, it's also going to do your hydraulic structures. But don't do this one. You're probably not going to edit levees, and you're not going to edit channels using this system. You're probably going to end up rebuilding your channels. Click OK, and you click OK again. And now you can, edit and modify data. And this is your geopackage. So the next thing that you want to do is to save that. So you save that, and again, that's going to go to examples, urban, and we'll just call this urban. And that's if you're using plugin 115. That's how you import old data. And I always scan old data. I always scan these files and look for something that looks weird. And how do you know it looks weird? You go and you compare it to one of your example projects, in here. And if the data structure looks the same, you can use that data in QGIS. Okay, so I'm going to stop this right here.